Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Four Pillars podcast. I am one of your hosts and pillars, Tyler, joined by the other three pillars. We have James, George and Ethan, the boys, the lads. How are we all doing? Everyone talk at once because that's what we fucking do here.
I'm doing pretty fucking
great.
sweet.
Thank you so much for asking.
It's good to see James decided to show up this week. He dragged himself out of whatever cave he lives in to fucking come and speak to us.
I tried my very best. I still don't really want to be here. I hate this. But there you go.
Yeah, that's true. So do I. I don't want to be here.
That's not true, George. You love it more than anyone, I think. I feel like you genuinely love it.
I actually do, to be fair. It's fucking brilliant. I love it.
He shows up on time too.
Yeah,
yeah, you're definitely not the latest every single time, but that's okay. I feel like I need to start telling George oh yeah, we're doing the podcast at this time, and it's actually an hour before we actually plan to do it, so then he'll actually show up on time.
That's something people always say to me, like, oh, when we make plans, I'm going to tell you times before, so that then, if you're late, it's going to be on time.
Nah, see, I would tell you that to show up an hour before, and then still make a bet with my mates that you'll be late. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm doing awfully, thanks for asking.
Well, yeah, that's great.
Yikes.
Don't burden us with your problems when someone asks how you say good and you move on. Don't fucking burden us.
Yeah, come on,
We don't
we're
wanna know.
adults,
We don't give a
man.
fuck.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, bottle it up and
Bottle it up
bottle,
and
yourself.
find some
Put it in your
drywall and
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
go to town.
I
Yeah,
love how
Put
we've got
the
this
bottle
attitude after the last
in your
episode.
chair.
good
Chest.
advice, Tyler. Good advice.
Thank you. And let like in 20 years,
You ever tried
a member of your
therapy?
family deal with that fucking problem.
Have you
know
ever
what I
tried
mean?
being a therapist? I think something tells
That
me
could work.
that you would be a pioneer in the craft.
Tough love.
I think so too. I think so too. It's tough but fair, George.
It's
all
facts
Firm
don't care
but
about your
fair.
fucking feelings and that sort of shit, you know?
That didn't take long, did it?
Oh, God damn it. Yeah. I mean, I love this show. It's absolute chaos every time, and it's just absolute nonsense. And
I'm glad to be back.
something I've enjoyed the last couple of episodes has been us talking about our... It's sort of a segment. I don't know. But it's us talking about what we've been watching in our YouTube recommended, what's been popping up, what we've seen on the internet in the last couple of weeks. George, you've always got something interesting. What have you been watching on YouTube?
To be honest, my recommended is now filled with Destiny content because I recently started playing Destiny 2 again. So nothing too crazy this week because
that's
last
a bit
week
of
it
a
was
shame.
Halo, I'm pretty sure.
It was.
But yeah, it's literally just Destiny clips because I watched like a few videos to get back to speed on it, and now it's plaguing my fucking recommended. But it's fine. I'll watch it all. My favourite content.
Oh, God.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Destiny. Are they going to come out with a Destiny 3? Is that a thing? Or are they just... is that it? Destiny
I
2?
don't know. I actually don't know what their plans are for the future, to be honest, because it was a 10-year plan, and now it's like... We're how many 7 years into that 10-year plan? Do you reckon Destiny 2 could stretch out for another 3 years?
I don't know.
I don't know. Could.
Nah,
Either way, I don't fucking care that much.
I reckon they'll make a Destiny game and give it an absurd subtitle.
Yeah, they can't stop it. At this point, Bungie are probably like, oh fuck, like
Yeah, Bungie are like, oh fuck.
we're too deep now. Yeah, that's what Bungie are like. We're too
Just go,
fucking
"Oh,
deep now
fuck."
at this point. We have to continue it. It's too profitable. Look at all these people buying our skin packs and shit.
Yeah, there you go. It's the one.
So, I mean, if I was them, I'd definitely continue selling all those skin packs for that
Yeah.
sweet profit.
Mm.
Alright, there's my incredibly boring answer. Can we get onto something a little bit
Okay,
more
yeah,
interesting?
James, what are you watching? What have you been watching on YouTube?
Not a lot. It's mostly just like my recommended is just full of Twitch clips. And they're always perfectly clickbaited that I just click on them. And
they
see
yours?
what's going on, and they're not, but I do
Okay.
like to watch mine back.
As
Yeah.
do I.
Just
I
likes
like
the
to
sound of
watch
his own
mine
voice.
back too.
It's fun to. It's honestly one of the big parts of Twitch that's fun is because people clip your stuff. Going through your little clips tab and seeing what people have clipped.
There's just
and, like, what
so
are the
many
most viewed and
random
stuff.
clips that nobody
It's very
brings
fun.
up where they don't have a title and they don't actually seem to be focusing on anything in particular. It's just a
Yeah.
random snippet of your stream.
Oh yeah, that's
I
pretty
have a lot
annoying.
that
I
are
use
just
some of
my
those to
starting
promote
soon
the stuff.
screen.
Like I use some of those. I'm not letting them go to waste. Before I delete them, I use some of them to promote the stuff. So I'll download it and then I'll use it in a video and then I'll put follow the Twitch. It looks like a random piece, but it's just some random clip that nobody's titled or drawn attention to anything in the clip itself. It's just a random bit of me gaming, and then every now and then you'll stumble across some gold, and those are good.
Oh, you really do.
I have not spent much time on YouTube. But I upload my shit and then I'll leave. That's how I usually function with YouTube.
Well, I've found something.
Have you?
I feel like you guys might enjoy.
Oh
week.
yes.
It's via Instagram, is what I saw it, but I'm not sure if you guys saw. I'm gonna put in the chat here for you guys to pull up. But it's two Russian toddlers facing off.
I have seen
going
this.
to fight each other.
You should.
What? I just it's fucking bizarre.
Let's pull this up. What the fuck?
Pull it up. Let me know when you've got it loaded up.
That child looks both about 2 years old and 70.
Is this Combat Karen's baby?
This is these kids can fuck. These kids can fucking fight.
These kids can fucking fight.
They're like
bro.
3 years old and they both look like savages.
Jesus
All
Christ,
right, have
they're
you guys
gonna be
got it
older, scrapping in the pub.
Why is that man encouraging this?
It looks like Khabib.
It's like the in-between guy, and it's like they're doing a press conference. They're wearing fucking lapel mics that they're doing a face-off. They're gonna fight. All right, so get ready to play this.
Yeah,
Alright,
okay.
I'm
3,
prepared.
2, 1, play.
My God.
Oh
Look at these
shit!
kids.
Oh fuck!
I wouldn't fuck with either
Dude,
of
keep
these
them
toddlers.
apart, bro.
Look at him.
Oh my god, they're furious.
Don't let them that fucking close.
Look at him talking
Whoa.
shit.
What is this?
Why does the one on the left look both 6 and 70 at the same time?
What the fuck? Yo! Whoa!
That kid was
What
ready
the
to
fuck was
fucking
that?
go.
That
That's
There's
was
an
Final
extended
punch.
one.
Oh my God. What? Why? What?
It's like dogfighting.
There's a few clips of it.
From the creators of dogfighting, we have child fighting.
Yeah.
What
Basement.
the fuck?
It's, I don't know what the
fights.
fuck it is though. Have a look at this. This is another. There's clips everywhere of these kids. There's clips everywhere of this kid.
This is some famous shit.
Stupid.
It's famous
All right,
boxing.
pull this next one up. Yeah.
Okay,
So
let me get
just
this
like
up.
you can see them, they're literally just in there, actually genuinely talking, aggressively.
They're shit talking each other.
I don't know if they're like. Are they toddlers? Is that what they are?
This is.
How are they so aggressive? They look
They
like
must
old
be.
men. They look like they're 50
Yeah.
and 3 at the same time.
That's what I've just been saying.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my God, they do. Like this
Are
is
they
some next
kids
level
or not?
West Ute. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand. Like, why do
Are
they
we gonna
want to
count down
scrap?
watch the second one.
Which one's your money on, gents?
I don't know. I like the one in the robe.
The one in like the smoking robe.
Oh
That's what he
yeah.
wears in the evening.
He looks calm and collected. He looks like he understands.
They look like they're gonna kill each other.
It looks like he's
Hezbollah versus Adbo Rozik.
Why does one have an AirPod in?
Oh yeah, he's got a massive air. That's a fake fucking AirPod.
He's also maybe a child.
Yeah, but why are you giving a kid fake AirPod, bro? It's fake drip.
I don't know. Well, they're Russian
Give him
youths.
he's gonna get bullied at school because he doesn't have the real AirPod.
Something
Just
tells
skim
me
through
these
it.
kids
This
don't
is
have to worry about
fucking
getting bullied.
mental.
Oh, yeah,
This
true.
is fucking. This can't be
They're
real.
so
Hang on.
mad at the end.
Nah, I'd fucking
Look-
bully these kids.
Why is
What's
this the
the-
shit you're watching? What the fuck?
It got because all my explore page on Instagram is either rugby or MMA, and this became like a big meme in MMA Twitter and Instagram this week. So that's how it got recommended to me.
I fucking
Look at this
love-
training video. This
What?
kid's training for a fight. He's 3 years old.
That
Oh my
one,
God.
that one on like the one that doesn't wear the robe. He's always
Yeah.
trying to start something. He's always trying to throw the first kick or punch. What is he doing? Because I reckon
Yeah.
the one on the right is gonna fuck him up. That's all I'm saying. Based on
Look at
his
him
form.
training.
Yeah, I think he's got this.
Oh shit!
Look at this training video.
Let's see this.
The
let's
two of
see
them.
this.
He's lifting a rock here on a mountain. Push-ups on a tire.
That promotional art where they're like,
Please tell me there's not actually a fight going down with these these like.
I don't know. This can't be real.
Surely not.
he's got AirPods in again
I'm-
while he's
The
running.
training montage.
I'm gonna be
big
honest though,
fake
isn't it? In this
AirPods in.
training montage, this kid isn't exactly shying away from throwing these digs at the air.
This kid's
This
living
kid's
the
like
life.
lifting big rocks and shit, tires and
Oh
stuff.
my God! Meanwhile, the other one's battering a bob.
Oh, what? So the other dude's called Mini Khabib?
Yeah,
Wow.
but Hasbullah is his name.
Oh.
Or Mini Khabib.
Oh, so he's just fucking clout chasing off Khabib's name.
He looks like he's 70.
They both look
so
like they're
fucking
simultaneously
dumb.
babies and in the twilight of their life.
I don't
This
think
is
I'd describe it as a
wild.
Twilight. They're fucking miserable kids.
This
is
isn't even
crazy.
training, bro. This is shit. I could do better
The
than this.
actual fuck.
I don't
is
know. I reckon if
happening.
you stepped in a ring with this kid, you'd be in trouble, George.
Nah, I'd fucking kick his teeth in. Jesus Christ.
Why is he kicking a
Bizarre.
sign, the weirdo?
Oh my god. Proper getting into that punching bag.
No, you know what?
They seem pretty serious about this, though, to be fair.
That kid just
They
said, "This
do.
bullshit guy's not ready. I'm gonna smash his face in."
Like,
It's on the merch.
I don't feel like this is a joke. This is them going,
I'm,
you know what?
I'm
getting started
genuinely
early."
concerned. I'm genuinely concerned
I'm
that
watching
this
Mini
is
Khabib grapple.
Oh.
He's not bad, to be fair.
Is it? It's a like it's to plug merch, like it's to promote merch, right?
that-
this is what it's for.
the
They're
child
What's
looking
the
at
merch.
the merch.
Oh, MMA merch,
It's a bunch
t-shirts,
of,
$14,
It's a bunch of Khabib merch.
hoodies, $25, masks, $10, worldwide
Oh.
shipping. Link in the comments.
So the entire. Oh, I see.
It's
I don't
gotta
know,
be
but is
that,
that
right?
all the
Because that's
same
what
channels?
it's all for. Like that's what it's got at the end of every video.
Ah, yeah, okay, I see. It is a merch plug,
But they
but
actually
it's
gonna fight, though.
it's a West fucking merch plug.
Bizarre.
Yeah,
But that's what I've been seeing. That's the weird shit I've been seeing on.
There was like
Oh,
a meeting where they wanted to
Jesus.
decide how to plug their merch, and they were like, "Right, guys, listen. I know
Two
you're
Russian
used to
fighting
there
kids,
being
eh?
like normal advertisements, but let's get two kids to pretend they're gonna beat the shit out of each other."
I mean,
And
it
then-
worked.
Alternatively,
did.
you could take a trip into Bolton and watch two kids actually beat the shit out of each other.
God.
Oh god, it's brutal.
Fucking hell.
It's just mental.
Lovely, we love it. Anyway,
Well, they've made it
Um,
because the Four Pillars are talking about it. So
they've made it big now. You see,
have.
gentlemen, we've done it. We've given them the spotlight, and with our immense influence, we've created child celebrities.
we have. They're going to be
we need
so
to
much
give
more
them.
famous
We need to
now.
give them actual cool nicknames. I feel like we do.
'cause
But we're gonna
Mini
call.
Khabib's a bit shit.
We're gonna go back to the video of them on the chairs, and we're gonna give them some nicknames. On
And
the left,
then-
on the left, we've
Turning
got
mods.
in the red hat, we've got Grandad is what we're gonna call him because he looks both 3 and 70.
So bizarre. They're
And
so
on-
angry at each other.
And on the right, we've got Grandad
baby
2.
kid. I don't even fucking know.
Grandad 2, because again, is this like a Russian kids thing where they look both 3 and 70?
I reckon it
Maybe.
probably.
I
I
think
reckon
it's
that's a Russian
it's
people
just-
thing.
Yeah, I
Russian
think it's just
people
Russians.
thing.
They're built different.
They
They're
are
so
built
hard
yeah.
and
They are
fucking
built-
durable. They look
They're built different.
80 as soon as they're born.
They come out of the womb as wrinkly old men.
Yeah,
That's
because they're
sat there
already
sat there
hardened
going,
by the
"Back in
stresses
my
of
day."
life.
Back in my day,
sense.
we left the umbilical cord on.
And let it just drop off,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the way.
shrivel up and drop off. It's like the rite of passage. That's
We need to, like-
disgusting,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, we need to move on. Is there a topic? you
Yeah, how
wanna
the
move
fuck
on?
are we still talking about this? What the hell?
Oh, man, relax, guys. Sorry I shared what I watched.
No, I enjoyed
you
that.
should
That was
be.
fucking
Bees and
funny.
frogs eat shit.
I'd rather that. I'd rather the bees or the frogs.
Yeah, we can have B
One
section
day-
next week again.
Let's get them all to square off. Let's get the frog, the bees, and the kids.
And the
they can
kids,
all
yeah.
fight.
And they can all have a scrap in a
My
big
money's
fight.
on these kids,
My-
man.
I
They look
reckon the
ferocious.
bees have got it. To be
Nah,
honest, I reckon the bees will just sting them all to
granted,
death.
the bees will kill you, but these kids are fury in a box. Like they're little pint-sized madness is what they are. I reckon they've clarted out one too many bees in the past. I
They've
think
already
what-
fucking beat
what's a
up
sw-
every kid at their
what's a
school,
swarm?
every little nerd. They've already
Like,
gone
they-
through.
if they show up at school, everyone else leaves. It's a 2-kid school, that one,
Yeah,
and they have
they
to
show
be in
up at your
separate
table, you have
rooms
to
lest
move.
they start scrapping. You know what's weird as well? It might be plug-in merch for adults, but these kids might genuinely be beefing. Like,
Yeah, they
that's
might
the
think
thing.
this is
They're
like
not
real.
old enough to understand. Yeah, they might think it's legit.
They're like,
They
fuck, I
hate
hate
each
this
other.
cunt. Like, I fucking hate this cunt with all
Yeah.
my heart.
We're
it's
gonna
like,
see
it's
one
like
end up in the
Jesus
river.
Christ, you have stolen my pencil for the last time. I am going to. I want my rubber back now.
Yeah, what are they
please.
beefing about?
So listen, the orange Hot Wheels car is mine. You can fucking die in a hole.
You took my Transformers toy, you fuckface. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Listen, Megatron trumps Optimus Prime, and I'm gonna die on this hill. Oh god.
Oh fucking hell! Right, that's my favourite segment.
Yeah, well, that's one day.
Alright.
One day I'll bless you with something that I've been watching, and you'll all be sat there going,
I'm scared. I never ask Ethan, what have you been watching on YouTube recently? I've never asked him because I'm scared.
I don't I haven't. I tell you, I don't tend to watch YouTube, but one of these days I will, and I'll specifically force the conversation in, and I'll tell you exactly what I've
Can't
found,
wait.
and it's going to be something utterly.
It's gonna be a piece of art.
Well, I've got some show and tell for you guys this episode,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Go on.
Go for it, man.
Okay.
So I've gone into my library of books,
Yeah.
and I thought, look, I really want
Oh.
to educate the people on today's episode. So I thought I'll just show and tell a few things because I'm smarter, better than everyone.
Yeah.
Because I've read these books.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What books have you
James, I
read?
think I think James
understand.
knows what I'm talking
I'm
about.
excited. I'm excited because I've read
So-
these too.
Yeah, but have you? Well, I'm gonna read.
Yeah, of course.
So the first one I've
Oh,
got
God.
is Eagle's Saga. Eagle's Saga is the first book here. It's it's a Norse saga. Just want to show you guys.
It's an Icelandic Saga.
The next one is the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles.
That's one of the
So if
good
you
ones.
want to really understand history and really why Valhalla is the greatest Assassin's Creed game of all time.
I'm
This
not
will
even
help
going
you
to
out with some
entertain that
background
joke,
understanding.
man. I'm not even going
It's
to.
But the
over
most
for me.
But the most important one is this 800-page beast, the Sagas of the Icelanders.
Oh,
Yes, let's
it's the
go!
Icelandic Saga.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Icelandic Saga. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick a random page from the Icelandic
Tyler's book
Sagas.
section.
Yes, please.
And
This is
favourite
such a
one.
random podcast. There's no fucking rhyme at all. One moment we're watching two 70-year-old 3-year-olds beefing it out in Russia somewhere.
Now we're reading the
Before then,
Icelandic
George was
Sagas.
talking about Destiny, and now we're actually going to read an extract from an Icelandic saga before we'll go on to bash the fuck out of Ubisoft.
Can you find the
for
parts
being
about
a
Beowulf?
literal
Let's
rape
get the fuck
company.
into it. I would like to read it.
God.
I want to know what's happened to the
does it
Drengers.
Never. Okay, let's commence.
Okay, are you ready? I'll read. I'll read a
ready.
page. I've just picked a
I'm
random
ready.
page. So this is
I'm ready.
page 185 of the Icelandic Sagas.
Yes.
Okay.
This chapter is called the Saga of the People of Vatnsdal.
Oh,
We're off
yes.
to a
Cool.
great start.
My favourite.
Yeah.
The people there are very kind.
The people of Vatnsdal, they're glorious.
The people are okay.
They have secured their place in the corpse hall.
Time of action 875 to 1000. Time of writing 1270 to 1320. Those are big gaps.
That's some big numbers.
Yeah,
Big
no.
gaps.
Okay, the saga of the people of Vatnsdal begins in Norway, as do most sagas of Icelanders.
Oh,
Though its strange and somber opening has more in common with scenes from legendary sagas. The birth of Ingemund, patriarch of the people of Vatnsdal, serves as an affirmation of the power of reconciliation within a community. For the wife of his father, Thorstein, was the sister of a man whom he had killed.
holy fuck.
Ingemund fights on the king's side in the Battle of Hasfjord. I don't know how to say it. And like other settlers, such as Kettle Flatnose.
Yes, I love him.
Kettle Flatnose.
I love when he
Ah,
showed up in
Drenga.
Valhalla.
Kettle
That was a
flat
good
nose, you
moment.
blood-soaked drenger. Our stick.
Stop.
So, okay, like other settlers, such as Kettle Flatnose, consents only reluctantly to abandon his estate and social position as he looks towards a new life in Iceland. A hidden talisman, the gift of King Harold Fairhair, guides him to his new home in Vatnsdal. And the sense of protective good fortune continues to accompany his lineage as they live their
Protective good
lives
fortune.
in the beautiful Vatnsdal countryside. The events of the saga span 5 generations, but the narrative focus falls especially on the third of these, the sons of Ingemund, and the conflicts in which they engage as they play their part in the creation myth of a region and a dynasty. On the death of Ingemund, his 5 sons divide among themselves the various tokens of family nobility, the farm, the ship, and the wealth resulting from its trading voyages. The Goddard, in which the family's social authority is vested, and the sword, which symbolizes how all these elements can be defended. This weapon is shared by 2 of the sons, who take turns in wearing it at public gatherings. The saga explores the way in which successive generations handle these emblems of their families' claim to distinction as they strive to maintain order amongst volatile kinsfolk and within the broader and often turbulent community. In this presentation of character, the saga is generally clear and succinct.
Oh my fucking god!
Wow.
Please tell
I've
me
never
you're done.
heard so many fucking words and not understood like any of it.
Like, okay.
My IQ went through the roof when you were reading
I want
that.
to say now
Oh,
that I'm
God.
clued up on Icelandic sagas, I can finally talk intelligently about Ubisoft being a rape company.
Yeah,
and-
that's true. That's true.
No, but hang on. There's one more. I've just got to read a small amount more. That was just the introduction, guys.
Oh,
Ah,
fuck
yeah,
off.
cool.
Let me read
Read
the
the rest
first
of the
page of the
entire
actual
book.
saga. Let me read just the,
into the tale at hand.
yeah, we've got it.
This
the
tale is a
first-
great one.
If it,
It's
doesn't
very
end
short,
with the
Ethan,
Rind
don't
calls
worry.
me back to Randvi, I'm going to be really fucking disappointed.
Ethan's scared for his life.
I've never actually read this,
I'm
so I
going
didn't
to- I'm
realize there
going
was
to jump.
introductions before the saga start. I feel like I need to read something from the saga.
Okay.
All right. There was a man named Kettle, nicknamed the Large. He was a mighty man and lived on a farm called Romsdal in the north of Norway. He was the son of Orm Brokenshell, who was the son of Frostborn, son of Giant Brawn from the north.
I think you
Norway.
fight him in Valhalla actually.
There was,
Boss battle.
there was district kings in Norway when the events of this saga took place. Kettle was a noble and wealthy man of great strength and very brave in all his exploits.
The legendary.
He had been
Catholic.
away raiding. That's
Ah,
right.
yeah.
Yes!
He was going a Vikinger. Oh fuck.
During the early parts of his life. But as the years caught up with him, he settled down on his estates. He married Njol, the daughter of Anbo Bender.
Character from fucking
Oh, wow.
Who's a
Skyrim.
Bender. By her, Kettle had a son called Thorstein. He was good looking, though nothing out of the ordinary in terms of size or strength. His bearing and talents were up to the high standard of other young men at that time.
Oh.
Thorstein was 18 years old when these events took place. At this time, people had come to believe that there must be robbers or felons on the road which lay between Jamland and
Jamland?
Romsdal.
Beware of the
Jamtland.
robbers and felons.
And
I heard that
guess
as
those are
Jamland. I'm
random
calling it
events.
Jamland now, bro. It's how it has to be.
because
must
no
not
one
be
who
seen
set
in this
out
area.
along that highway ever
the
came
wind
back.
calls me back to Jamland.
And even with 15 or 20 people traveling together, not one had returned home. Thus, people concluded that some extraordinary being must be living out there.
Oh my god.
Kettle's men suffered least from this harassment, both in terms of loss of life and damage to property. And there was a good deal of reproachful talk to the effect that the man who was chieftain of the region was proving no sort of leader, in that no measures had been taken against such outrages. People claimed that Kettle had aged greatly. He showed little reaction,
Not very fucking
but
nice.
pondered what had been said. That's the first section to
Wow.
Holy fuck.
that saga.
Oh wow, if the
which
writers of fucking
is-
Valhalla wrote it,
Which
have
is
read
the
this
saga
before
of the
writing
peoples
it,
of Vatnsdal.
I can see why it's such shit writing.
Tune in
Fuck
to
me.
the next episode of the Four Pillars podcast.
it.
I'll
Are
read
we-
another
are we
excerpt
actually
from the
doing this
Icelandic
now?
sagas.
Are we
No,
actually?
of course
Are we is this a thing?
I just saw it in my drawer. I was like, I've got to read a section.
Did
of
you
this.
Well,
This-
I mean, you bought the books, didn't you? I understand. I understand that. I feel genuinely enlightened. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think we'd be here, listening to you read a Norse saga. It's like a bedtime story. I'm
It
kind of
actually was quite
ready to go to
nice.
sleep. You know, it's
Yeah.
like Uncle Tyler's just read to me a story,
Uncle Tyler
and
sits
now,
by your
and
bed
now I'm
and
off.
he
And now I'm
goes,
off to Kip. So well done. You've brought it on yourself.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate
was
it.
very
In
good.
fact,
I
I actually
really
fell
enjoyed
asleep
that.
while you were reading it. It was that. It was that.
It
that
sounds
it
like
was interesting.
sounds like they copy and pasted a lot of stuff directly from the Norse sagas
but
to the
used it
stories
as
that can
dialogue.
be
you
told
just slap
in
it straight in there, and then Avil would randomly
on the
say it. But
longship.
there you go.
Yeah, when there was felons and robbers on the road, that I gotta say that scene really hit me. But also, I think that's what
Yeah, the
happens
face.
in Valhalla when you're on the road and random people attack you and call you a little swine. That's in reference to that. It's gotta
Literally, I have so much more appreciation for Valhalla now after reading that extract because now I understand why that happens every 5 minutes in Valhalla.
and why there's so
Because
many weird like big. Frost
it's part of
bosses
Kennel
and that.
Flatnose.
Yeah.
And his story.
Kettle Flatnose, yeah.
And if you
exactly.
didn't read the nuanced story of Kettle Flatnose the Strong, then you wouldn't fucking understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his son
Yeah.
Thorstein.
So was it kettle
who's
or
actually
kennel?
in Wrath of the Druids.
Kettle. It was kettle.
Like as in the thing that you make tea with or coffee.
I reckon at some
yeah,
point.
but it's spelled Ketil.
I reckon at some point in
Kettle.
that saga, Kettle does
I'm gonna
unleash
call
the
him-
wrath of the druids at some point.
I'm gonna call him kettle, as in
That's how I was saying it.
Kettle.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Thorstein is in Wrath of the Druids, or someone called that anyway. Someone with the same name. I remember
probably
him.
read
He's
this in my
stealing.
life.
he's
Sorry, are
stealing
we
from a
are we
druid
actually
hut.
talking about this?
No.
It's my
Yeah.
favourite piece of media.
It's just fucking filler.
Let's stop. Let's
Oh
let's move
my
on.
God.
We've
I'd
got
rather
some
die than talk about a Ubisoft game.
actual conversations to be had.
We do, we
haven't
actually do.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
I thought I'd start with some humour before.
Yeah,
we
just
go
get a
on.
little bit
we
warmed
can-
up.
We can slap humour. Well, I mean, actually, no, you're right. We can't slap humour in there. That would be really
Yeah,
insensitive.
that's true. We gotta get people oiled up before we start talking about the
God.
sort of
Yeah.
horrible
Yeah.
stuff.
Nice and oiled
Yeah.
up.
Well, James, do you want to take this and lead us into this conversation?
Oh, I can
Consume the
do.
verbal laxative.
What's been
been-
fucking going on in the last,
Oh,
couple of days? By the time this podcast comes out, it'll be almost a week. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a bit over the last little bit, last couple of days. I've been pretty consumed with all of this that's been going on.
I've been asleep
Um,
for most of it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's understandable. But it's so a recent new investigation came out through an article which I will grab right now.
Yeah,
Um,
from Game Industry Biz, right?
Yeah.
Yes, where we got
Yeah.
some quotes that I found particularly shocking are the ones that I posted to Twitter, where we've got this says, but an elected representative from Ubisoft's Social and Economic Committee said they don't expect anything to come out of these appointments, as HR staff who covered the harassment issues are still in position. We've got some men at the heart of the harassment accusations are also still in their jobs, such as Florent Castelnerac. I don't know if that's how you say it.
We'll call
who
him
heads up,
Dickhead,
for
sure.
That works.
I like that.
Who
Dickhead.
heads Ubisoft-owned Nadio, who was accused of harassment by a dozen employees. So he still has his job. A union representative
pussy.
said management is protecting him, or Ubisoft Singapore director Hugues Ricoeur, who stepped down in November but still worked at Ubisoft in a different role.
We'll call him Dickhead too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got the final quote of the article that I thought was pretty fucked. Is it says we perceive a desire from management to leave the crisis from summer 2020 behind, as it represents a risk for the group's durability.
That is such a fucking corporate sentence. It's scary. It's
Isn't
really
it?
scary.
Isn't it? It's fucking. Oh my god. And so
Tyler's just
I
soaking
mean-
up the vindication right now. I'm sure.
off the back of that,
mean,
it's been a process of I guess going back to where we were last year, because I mean none of us have let up. We've all been talking about this. We've not stopped. You know, whether it's
Yeah.
on podcasts, whether it's on streams, we've all still been bringing up the topic. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a proper
Movement.
movement for it. A proper collective let's fucking try to get something done, even if it ends up being futile.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's push for something. They need pressure, and we need to push for this, and we need to do something about it. I think is the main thing, is that we can talk about it all day and bring awareness to it and spread it to the mainstream as much as we want, but unless we're actively doing something that harms Ubisoft and trying to get at them in that way, nothing is going to be done.
Yeah.
Because it's very clear that what is their what is their biggest concern here, and it's their bottom line. Can they still make money? And that's what they're focusing on, and so that's why myself, others have joined me, is that it really is just time to boycott Ubisoft and be like, just fuck this shit. Like, I can't continue to support them in any way, regardless of whether it's for, you know, critiquing purposes or whatever. Like, this is more important to me. I'd rather just never. I don't want to buy anything from Ubisoft again.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to consider purchasing a Ubisoft product until I see actual genuine change for the better. And it can't just be this bullshit PR stuff they put out through the Mentors Guild. And that's not. I want to clarify, that's not having a go at the Mentors Guild or the Sisterhood or whoever has put out this information. That's having a go at Ubisoft, not using their own social channels, putting
using
out
unofficial
this
proxies.
information. Exactly, and how many people are gonna see that? The hardcore AC fans, maybe push it to maybe 1,000 people will see that at the very most, potentially.
Yeah.
So it's Ubisoft again trying to hide it. That's not. I saw Amir have a go at Ubisoft by quoting Dylan Terrell's tweet. And I think a lot of people got the wrong end of the stick. Thought Amir was having a go at the Mentors Guild, which he wasn't. He was having a go at Ubisoft. It's not their fault. They got the information. They put it out.
Yeah.
But it's not good enough from Ubisoft. And that's
No.
the major issue we're having here. We need proper transparency. We need proper change, and not any of this corporate bollocks. Because even the statement they did put out, it was just a load of nothing.
It's just
Like,
damage
you've got
control.
this-
It's
It
a
was-
company that
that's
just
really
constantly
what it-
says,
yeah.
they say
And-
so many words in these articles and statements, but they don't say anything at all. It's
Didn't they also comment? I think they have since commented on that article at the bottom there. And if you do read through that comment, they don't address every single thing that's raised in there. They just go, "Oh, this is what we've done," and then they address one point, which is that when I think somebody stepped down. I think it was the CEO of Ubisoft's Canada studios, like specifically, stepped down due to the allegations happening under their watch. Somebody came in, and that happened to be Yves Guillemot's cousin. And of course, you know,
Right.
when your company is, you know, accused of being a toxic boys' club, nepotism doesn't tend to be a good look. However, that was the thing they commented on. It was like, oh, this guy's got 25 years experience here. He's the right man for the job, blah, blah, blah. Whatever they say about family company. I don't even know if they mentioned that there, but whatever. So that's the only thing they actually address of all the things that are raised there. The rest of it is just, we've implemented these things, this, and this. And it's not answering the questions that, you know, are, automatically posed, whether or not somebody directly asks them. It's not answering those questions that is, well, why is this or why is that? It's instead just commenting on what they can actually address without looking bad by the looks of it. And to me, it just seems like a bit of a cowardly response.
yeah, definitely.
Because it's all the shit that, I mean, listen, we can sit here and we can hear about change all we want. We can hear about how Ubisoft's going to change or how they're going to enact change through this thing, how they're going to bring about the changes through implementing new systems and stuff. But until we see the effect of that, is that really enough? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, we need to see some actual proper
And then
change.
on top of that, there are some things that just need further clarity as well. And really, in light of that article, you think, right, okay, nothing seems to have actually changed. People within Ubisoft, by the sounds of that article, don't believe there is going to be an actual change. It's just bollocks, is what, by the sounds of it. It's just, it almost sounds like they're saying more than they're doing, especially when they're responding to things with these bullet points of things that, yeah, I think we have heard of a few of those in the past, over the past year, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're actually doing anything.
The bottom line is there's still people in positions in the company where they shouldn't be.
It's just a new system for the issues to get lost in. Put it that way.
Yeah,
it's just convolution. That's all it is.
The update to this article as well reads, and it's so like they're quoting here. So it says, so this is Ubisoft's comment, right? It says, over a period of several months, Ubisoft has implemented major changes across its organization's internal processes and procedures in order to guarantee a safe, inclusive, and respectful working environment for all its members. But that doesn't tell me anything at all.
They also mentioned that they've amended their code of conduct, which now hear me out here. I doubt their last code of conduct, mentioned it's okay to sexually harass your colleagues.
Yeah, there's no chance.
The written law is not relevant. It's not relevant.
Yeah,
Show
it's
me
the
the
culture
results.
of your business,
Show me
the culture of your
fucking
company
results.
that allows this stuff to happen needs to change. The
Yeah.
people that are
Yeah.
responsible need to leave the company, and it's as black and white as that. You can't move them into other departments and go, yeah, just shoehorn them over there. Don't tell anyone though. Don't let anyone know.
Yeah.
We'll have to. People have to do internal investigations to find that out. It's like, just
they're
fucking
trying to
fix
pull the
it.
wool over everyone's eyes. It's ridiculous. It's just corporate shit. Fucking
There's a
bullshit.
couple of things I see here from what we're all talking about, and I feel like there's a few things that need to be addressed and not glossed over, which is, like you said, James, things need to be done. Like, things actually need to be done within the community to put pressure on Ubisoft. I think I made a mistake in recent weeks where, I mean, I made the choice to boycott all Ubisoft products already, weeks ago. And I only talked about it. Like, I no longer will do any business with Ubisoft through Ubisoft Australia or anyone. I won't work with them. I won't take review codes. I won't do anything with them. I have no desire to ever associate with them again.
Yeah.
As long as Yves Guillemot's the CEO, as long as this is the way it is. And I only talked about it on the As Always podcast, that last episode, because we were talking about it. But I'd already made that choice in myself, just because I was also over everything. But I think what you're saying, James, is like, I think I made the mistake by not being loud, I guess. And now this news is out and everyone's sort of on board with that, or a lot of people are on board with that. But there's then division within the community, because honestly, like, this can't be done without people being on the same team on some level. So, and I don't mean, but we don't have to fucking be mates. We don't even have to talk to each other. But I want to clarify this. You've got the Mentors Guild, you've got other people involved in Ubisoft. Like, the 4 pillars were very separate, but obviously we're connected to, like, online Ubisoft communities and games and shit like that.
Yeah.
Then there's the Sisterhood. There's all these different groups. And every time we do anything, mainly when I say we, I mean mostly James, they'll find a way to make him the villain, and James a piece of shit and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
You know, and somehow we've all been against the Sisterhood, which we never were. We were always on the fucking side of the Sisterhood when it came out. It was honestly, it was personal issues that got in the way of that. Nothing to do with the movement itself.
Yep.
It was the way we felt about the people that were involved in running it, and we didn't agree with what they were doing and how they were doing it. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you one thing about those people. I truly believe they care about change. I truly believe they care about the victims. I truly believe they give a shit.
I don't know.
Just because they don't agree with the way we want to deal with it by, like, boycotting or you know, really going at them. And if they feel like they wanted to go in and make friends with, like, the victims and support them. But to us, a lot of us, to me, it felt like they were just letting a lot of Ubisoft off. I don't know. There was a lot of miscommunication there, but all I know is everyone's on the same side of, we don't want Ubisoft to be like this anymore. We don't want this toxic environment to happen. We don't want there to be victims of sexual harassment, sexual assault, other forms of misconduct. We don't want that. We're all on the same fucking team when it comes to that. Now, what my point I want to make is, when we're saying things like, we need to be loud, we need to make change, and people in other community groups are going, well, that's what we're doing, that's what we've been trying to do. This isn't against anyone. We're not here to...
It's just sending a message. It's not...
We're not here to devalue work other people have done. What we're saying is, and also what I've seen people say is, like, boycotting hurts devs. It doesn't fucking hurt devs to boycott the game. The devs are employees that are going to get paid for the work they do by the employer.
Well, the devs are getting hurt by the fucking employer already.
Yeah, exactly.
And what, it's going to hurt them emotionally? I'd say it's going to hurt them less emotionally than being fucking assaulted and sexually harassed.
100%.
That's what's going to hurt them way more emotionally than fucking us boycotting the game they've been working on. We want their work environment to be the best it can be, and that's why we're boycotting it. You know what I mean? They're not going to not get paid for the work they've done by Ubisoft because we've boycotted it. They're still going to get a fucking paycheck.
Yeah.
They're still... What, they're going to be upset because a YouTuber doesn't buy the fucking game, tell people not to buy the game they worked on? Well, fucking whoop-de-doo. At least you're not going to get it sexually harassed if we make a change there. You know what I mean? Like, we'll buy your games if you work for a company that's looking after you. We care about the devs. So I disagree with the sentiment that boycotting the game is somehow hurting the devs and we shouldn't boycott. We should support the devs. We are supporting the devs by boycotting the game.
And even if it does financially hurt some devs in some way, I think that's a small price to pay for, like, security.
It's financially hurting the high ups. Like, it's not going to financially hurt a fucking, you know, got a sound design guy.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
don't know
mean?
why
Or a
that's
graphic
people's. I don't know why
designer,
that's
like,
people's priority.
It's such a weird thing to be like, but it's going to hurt the...
If you twist
how the
and turn
fuck's it
down
gonna
any
hurt-
path, you will find a negative in any positive.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. You're 100%
It's
right.
always gonna be something.
The thing
There
is,
is no
when I say
winning.
loud shit, it's fucking boycott them. No more money. No more buying fucking DLCs. No more talking about them. No more tweeting fucking screenshots playing the fucking game. No more, but I got Helix credits from this. No more of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, Jawraptor gave me Helix credits or some shit like that. Like, and this is not how to do it. I love Jawraptor. I'm just saying, like, stop fucking buying cannons from Valhalla for
Yeah,
your fucking
please
shit.
stop fucking
Stop
buying
fucking
my shit
God.
muskets.
Don't fucking do this bullshit I've seen where people are like, oh, just bought this from the Helix store, then underneath it, hold Ubisoft accountable. Actually, fuck off. Like, actually,
Yeah,
fuck
okay,
off.
that's ridiculous.
I'm fucking sick of this shit, right?
Oh my
That's
God.
actually
Wait, people do
bullshit
that? Wait,
that
have
I've
people
fucking
done
seen.
that?
I'm not gonna name names because it will start fucking fights, but...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Fucking made me mad. It made me fucking mad,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You cannot be fucking part of this movement and trying to do this shit and then just being like, but then I'm gonna buy a microtransaction. Oh, sorry guys, I fucking caved.
Even if you
Go
got the Helix
fuck
credits
yourself.
for free from Ubisoft, you're still engaging in sort of like promoting them if you're putting these screenshots on
Yeah,
Twitter and going,
100%,
look at this new gear I
100%.
bought. Oh, it's okay though. I got these Helix credits for free. It's like fuck off, man.
Ubisoft sent me Helix
but
credits.
this is my thing. I
once,
don't
and
even want to
just
say
didn't
that. I
touch
don't
it.
even want to say to these people, fuck off. If you don't
No.
want to boycott, you don't have to. Like that, but that's up to you. But then you. But
I'm with you on that
we're
one,
not,
Tyler.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't want to boycott, I don't. Buy fucking
I'm just mad.
shit from
I'm
Helix
just
if you want-
angry.
Yeah,
I
It's
understand
it's
what you're
just
saying,
people
boys. I
aren't
just-
treating
I
the
just don't- I
situation
just-
with reverence.
I just don't want to. I just don't want this to be a us against them shit.
In the
We're
end of the
only
day-
against
Right, and
Ubisoft.
that's-
We're
I've
only
been-
against
I've been-
Ubisoft. We're only against Ubisoft, and if you want to join the movement, join the movement. That's what I just want to
Yeah,
make that
I-
fucking clear.
Okay.
If you don't want to boycott, don't boycott. If you want to buy things from the Helix store, do it. But then I don't want to fucking hear crying later about it, about why there's not change. I just feel like you are now voiding your opinion on why things don't change down the line later. And it's fine that you think that. I just disagree with your point of view. My point of view is, don't give them money, ever. And Eve should be fired. Eve Guillemot should be fired. He should step down. He should be fired. That's the change I want to see. I want to see him gone, and I want to see him fired. I want to see more things in place. And like Ethan, you said, like code of conduct. Code of conduct. I've worked for various companies. There's always a code of conduct. And yeah, none of them say you're allowed to sexually harass people. That's not like them changing code of conduct. Is not that. They've got an internal program now where people can anonymously, you know, report any incident to a third party that can support them. I'm telling you right now, that's like that may sound like a change to you, but I know what those third party things are, and the reality is people don't fucking use them. And the thing about being a victim and victim mentality is the fact that you feel powerless to do anything. Even if you have tools there, it's these people in power making these people feel small and they can't do anything, and that even if they do make a complaint, their job's at risk. We need these people that are in these positions of power to, one, not think they can do it, not do it ever, and actually be able to be held accountable without being able to use their influence to push these smaller people down. Like, that's the real change there is I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And it's not there. Like, because how can it be when the CEO of the company that bred this, or at least ignored it, is still the one in charge? How in the world is that happening? Especially when it's a company where these reports didn't just happen in Canadian studios. It happened in Paris, like through Europe and Asia. Like,
Yeah,
are
all
you
across
joking
the
me?
world, like,
are
how?
you fucking joking me?
Yeah, it's...
You know what I mean?
It's baffling how it isn't just one sect of Ubisoft, of like one studio. It's like it's across countries and nations. Like it's fucking crazy.
And a big problem is, and Ubisoft are very good and have been for years. They've been ahead of the curve of so many games companies in terms of community outreach. They reach out so much to so many different YouTubers, content creators, influencers, everyone, and give them shit. They work
They're
with
very,
them. That
yeah,
makes
creator
it
friendly.
They're very creator friendly in the sense that they're always reaching out, but they use it to their fucking advantage in these types of situations.
Well, they're creator friendly
Because
for yes, man.
because and that's why they're able to use different groups to like give information to and like use them to share things and you know have like Four Pillars community they want to boycott us, fine, but we've got these other influencers and these other influencers that's still working with us. Like we can't have it's not going to work unless we're on the same page with it is also part of the problem. You know what I mean? And like a lot of thing is like Four Pillars community could all boycott Ubisoft, it probably won't make a fucking difference. Like
exactly.
there needs to be a substantial change, and we need to be talking about this to our other creative friends. We talked to Maddie, who works with Last Stand Media, and he has a big channel, and obviously we've talked to Colin many times. He's not a fan of Ubisoft either. Like those sorts of people, our creative friends that have big influences, we need to be talking to them and letting them know, because Maddie didn't know this shit. We were telling him on the As Always podcast, and now he's like, wow, I have a whole different perspective on Ubisoft. They've always been really good to me. Because they're great with community outreach, and not everyone knows the ins and outs of what's going on.
Doesn't that show you, right, how good they are at hiding this shit? We know because we're part of the community.
They've been hiding it for years, dude.
Has no idea. They don't know, because Ubisoft have hid this so well, because they don't put it on their social channels. They don't put it in their Ubisoft forwards. They put their fucking little PR information through the Mentors Guild that has... no offense, but like no one's following those pages. So
other than the people that already know what's going on.
Exactly.
People who are already really involved with the
community.
Exactly.
What I mean is there's no they're so good at hiding this from the mainstream. They're so good at keeping this away from those big like outlets and even if they're not, they have those people on their side. Like Jason Schreier, who is so quick to fucking comment on CD Projekt Red, on Naughty Dog, on all that shit, on Rockstar, and their like, you know, their practices in their working environments, whether it, you know, whenever there's a fucking crunch, he loses his mind. But when this is happening in every single, or you know, pretty much every single Ubisoft studio across the world, where is he? Where is that pressure from him that he put on CD Projekt Red for people working overtime, on Naughty Dog, on Rockstar? Where is that?
I'd love to see that article from Bloomberg with Jess Schreier writing that. I'd love to see that investigation.
Like what is going? Why is it? And like why is it that the people aren't talking? Like why on fucking Alana Pierce and Troy Baker's podcast were they not talking about this issue? Why were they talking about how no, it's actually really good that every game has to reuse assets, so. You know, it's actually Ubisoft. Actually, you know, they're just the same as everyone in the industry. They're defending Ubisoft's
that something they
lazy
did?
work ethic. Yeah, it was this bullshit thing. It
was, come on, dude.
It was, but it's like, do they know this really bad shit that's happened? Are they ignorant to it?
I don't think they do. I think
like,
it's just our immediate community, the Assassin's Creed community, and Ubisoft sub communities that know about this, and no one else does. Unless they watch videos on it. But
it was part of the mainstream when it first came out. Like, there were IGN articles and, like, you know, Game Informer articles. Like, it was big news for, like, 2 days. But, like, then nothing really happened after the fact.
But they also reported things like Ashraf Ishmael getting fired. Those were big reports. But, like, then people, mainstream, look into it, and people would just do the, like the basic click. They'd read the first paragraph, and it's like, oh, he cheated on his wife, who cares? And they didn't read into what actually happened. They didn't read into that it wasn't him just cheating on his wife. Like, it was...
He was being predatory towards fans,
being
weird at events.
Over years. And then, and he's not even the fucking worst of it.
I know,
like,
it's terrible.
You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck was the news on Escoblades? You know what I mean?
That one seemed to be handled pretty subtly. I didn't hear anything about that.
Fuck did that go?
Alex Mancio, you know, like...
There's
he doesn't work there anymore, but I understand what you mean.
There's so much shit that, like, just been swept under the rug and hasn't been picked up and was very well hidden and was, you know, and I just... It's just so fucking bizarre. And what I really just want to do is... We need to be talking about it. We need to be sharing this, and I don't want it to be, and I just don't want it to be fucking infighting about how we're doing it. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, neither do I.
This is why I've not done any of that shit.
But I get it. But like, what I want to like encourage George and James, like the two of you, to do, because you guys are, you guys know what you can do sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean this because I fucking agree with you guys. I fucking love and support you guys, but don't engage. There's no point in getting mad
I haven't been.
Like
That's
someone
the
for
thing.
doing.
That's
No,
what I've been doing
I
this whole
know.
time.
I'm guilty. I have.
And this is
George.
I can't be arsed with it, man.
But this is what
I've been trying to say to everybody, like in the community and stuff. It's just like this is. any energy that because I have been pissed off by things that I've seen. Obviously, it's fucking natural.
I agree with you.
That energy has gone into what matters more, because I just can't fucking have this bullshit arguing and fighting over this petty shit anymore, because there's so much more that's important. Like, that's why I get mad. Like, what pisses me off is because this matters to me, and it just makes me angry that nothing's been done. And when I see people just like, you know, getting mad at me, or like, oh, you have to use this specific hashtag, or like, what? It's like, oh my god, like, where are your priorities?
Where's the human like emotion involved in it? Like,
I don't know.
This is not about like chasing clout or getting the credit. I just don't care. Like, I'm using my audience to amplify hashtags I've seen, the ones that, you know, clarify the situation more. Because let's be real, the best hashtag we've got now is hold Ubisoft accountable. Because what does that tell the mainstream? If that goes viral, if that trends, if people see that hashtag,
like,
it tells people exactly, like, so they see it and they're like, so, oh, hold them accountable for what? Let's look into it. Let's actually see what's going on. You hit the hashtag. What's the top tweet? It's my video, literally explaining what I'm doing in the situation. It's articles about this. It's people saying they need to be held accountable for all this shit.
Yeah.
If you go to these other hashtags, which those groups and those movements and what you're doing is fine. You're not bad people. But those hashtags do not convey the situation. They don't convey the message, which is why I used the hashtag that I did. It's the one that I saw Dylan Terrell using on Twitter, because I'm like, that is a great hashtag. It conveys the point. It's not because I'm a fucking misogynist. My God. I can't deal with this shit, man.
It just sends a different message, and what like, and this is why I say, because there's been some confusion, and I want to address it. And I'm not sure if Ethan, this is what you were going to bring up, but like,
probably not.
There was stuff about the, like, for example, the AC Sisterhood tattoo, and people saying this was just Ubisoft doing this for, like, you know, to just silence everyone and do this. And I you know, Darby came out and addressed that and said, like, that's not what it was. What we were doing was, you know, and I agree. Like, I would truly like to believe that there were developers inside Ubisoft that want to work with, like, the sisterhood and the mental.
I don't doubt
all
there
these
is
different things,
100%.
and they want to make a difference, and they want to send a message,
sure, yeah.
and the sentiment behind it was fucking great. You know what I mean? Like, I want to believe that the sentiment behind it was all good. I am just saying, like, it's a different fight though. Like, okay, that's great, and it's great that the sisterhood exists for people that want to go to that circle to feel like they're safe and they feel like they're supported. Okay, great, that exists and that's there. Now, what's this other group, which is not competing? It's not against them. It is complementing it by going, all right, we're also another hashtag, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a hashtag or a movement or whatever. That's like, okay, we're just going to be a group of people that are now aggressively trying to get the word out to hold Ubisoft accountable. The sisterhood is happily can coexist and do their thing, be a safe space for people in the community to go.
Yeah.
Now here's the other group that people can be in both. It doesn't matter. It's just about getting the word out there. It's about helping to make change. They're both doing the same thing. It's a fucking movement. It's a group. It's not anything. Anyone can be involved. Just get the fucking word out there. It's about making positive change.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what I was going to say was, when people are directing their energy inwards at each other over simple disagreements, semantics debates a lot of the time, actually, that's exactly what Ubisoft wants, because it deflects the pressure off of them onto the community or different subgroups in a community or different communities altogether. And when that happens, now I understand that it's very difficult to not do that because everyone wants to have the last word. So because they don't feel satisfied unless you get the last word. But we'll some days we're the same, and that's how it is. There's no good, there's no bad. It's just how it is. And unfortunately, in that, what happens is that pressure comes off Ubisoft. Ubisoft can breathe. Ubisoft this doesn't reach Ubisoft's mainstream that Ubisoft is trying to get these games to go to, and the end result is we have to reapply pressure, and it's square one basically, because they'll think, oh, the problem's gone, right? Okay, now it's gone, and once that energy's gone, it is actually just gone. So I don't. It's an impossible thing to ask of somebody to put a personal feeling against somebody aside, to just accept the fact that we're on the same side here. You don't have to like each other. I mean, that's not the thing, and you don't have to like what we do. You don't have to like. We don't have to like what you do. All that stuff. I'm not talking to anyone specifically or trying to speak to anyone specifically. But in the end of the day, surely all that matters at this given point, like this given moment, is change. Is that positive change? Because otherwise, it's a vicious cycle that plays straight into the hands of those corporates that we're trying to. I guess trying to change. We're just trying to change, and we can't let ourselves undermine ourselves, because that's another tactic that Ubisoft will love to use.
That's just a free scapegoat, isn't it? Really.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Ubisoft ain't the problem. It's the big bad lasers, or it's somebody, or it's somebody else. And there is always somebody. There is always somebody that people would rather direct their frustrations to, because it's easier, and also because sometimes those people have made it easier. No offense, James.
And myself as well. I've got to take some fucking credit.
And me, man. Listen, it's all of us, right? But in the end of the day, I don't want to.
I'm perfect. I don't know what you mean.
I don't want to sit here and I don't want to say anything about a movement that I'm not necessarily directly involved with or anything like that. Because I don't want to. I don't want to continue this cycle of trying to have the last word on a pointless scuffle over what is semantics.
Yeah, I'm sick of the I'm better than you. I don't want to do. I don't want to engage in that
anymore.
It's
not even that. It's I am no better than anybody else. I in fact, at times I will sit here, hold my hand up, and say I'm worse, and I will happily say that because I want to move forward. I don't want to go back. I don't want to regress to the days of beefing about Assassin's Creed online.
Yeah, fuck that.
I just want positive, to help a positive change here, and we can't do it alone at the end of the day. So all I want to do is just reach out a hand to all these people and be like, listen, we're on the same side. We don't have to like each other, but that's just how it is,
But let's stop fighting. Let's stop all these little squabbles, because this is the thing. And look, earlier on this podcast, maybe I blew up a little bit. That's mainly because I've been holding this in. Normally, I will just I just talk shit. But last time all of this happened and we tried to make a change, we ended up fighting with each other, and I was fucking fighting with people, and people's egos get involved, and that's me included. And the issue that comes from that is that Ubisoft then are able to breathe, and I don't want that again. And so I've seen a lot of fucking bullshit on Twitter directed at me or the Four Pillars or other people or from us to them, and I'm trying to ignore all of it and just completely just channel it out. Because I just want to focus on what matters. All of my energy is going into focusing on Ubisoft, because I don't want to let up on Ubisoft so that I can have a go at someone with 3 followers for attacking my character, because it's useless. I want to attack Ubisoft. I want to keep going at Ubisoft, and that's what I'm trying my best to do. And I just all I want to say is I just want to urge everyone to just do the same. You don't have to like me. You can talk shit about me afterwards, but can we just focus on Ubisoft for now? And then you can call me whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. And I'll argue with you. That's fine. But after we've made some change, or at least tried our fucking best to, because that is what matters. And that's where my focus is going. And that's the reason why I'm just angry and mad, because I'm just trying my best to just ignore all this bullshit and focus on this stuff, and it can be tough.
And now I think more than ever we do need to focus on Ubisoft and keeping that pressure on. And sure, right, some of us can deprive Ubisoft of the platform to cover their, the platform where we cover their games, or we don't buy their games. We don't buy into them. We don't give them the money. We don't cover their games, and that marketing it will never be a 100% perfect solution in what it is. But we've tried literally every fucking thing else. So, I guess why we encourage people to do the same is because if not enough people do this, no change will happen. You can't dip your toes in the water and go, that's enough. So we're happy to keep the pressure on for as long as possible, but it won't be substantial unless we can get these other creators to do the same. And they don't necessarily have have to all. I don't want to dictate what people do and don't do because, while I care about this, I don't. That's not my right. That's not my place to go. You do content this, and this. Just don't do this. It's like, no, that's not how it works. But even talking about this, even if you still go on about it, just talk about it at some point, because address it at the very least, because this
could be big if some of these people did that.
Because this sort of thing needs to be done, and I'm not going to call out any creators on that one to do it specifically. If you're a creator and you have a platform and things like that, it's not. You can see it as not your obligation if you want to. I won't sit here and go, oh, it is, because that's not that. No, again, like I said, I don't want to dictate your content, but the positive impact you can have goes far beyond just video games here, and even if you catch a little bit of heat or you lose a few views, it's worth it, because I won't even argue that it shows integrity, because you either have it or you don't, and that's not relevant either. So,
and also, if you're a fan of like popular YouTubers and you say you're not a content creator and you can't do anything about it, you can't make a video talking about
everyone could do something.
Use the hashtag at creators that you think might be interested in it. Share the articles. Yeah.
Reply to Ubisoft's tweets directly whenever they tweet something that's not talking about it and they're talking about their brand new DLC.
Didn't they hide a tweet? Didn't they hide one?
They did.
They hid loads of tweets. Yeah, just keep on it. Use the hashtag. Hold Ubisoft accountable as well.
That's what it's all about. Pressure from a lot of people will be able to help. If you're sitting there thinking, oh, I won't be able to help, just me, you can. Every single one of you listening to this podcast, you're able to help in small ways that amount to something bigger, and that's what we need here. Yeah. Because otherwise, nothing is going to change.
Yeah, it's not just us that can do this. We don't have the power to do that.
And sometimes people can help in remarkably massive ways.
Yeah, exactly. If the right tweet gets to the right person, it could be big.
Never discount the value of your own voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
There we go.
Oh,
that's a quote of the day from good old Woodgates.
Yeah, from
I'll
Uncle
try
Woodgates.
not to tickle my ego overnight over that one. I might write it out on a nice little like
on the
screen
wall
and stuff, and be like, yeah, I have it on the wall. I've already forgotten what I said, but I'll do it.
You'll know when you listen back to it while you're editing it. It's cool.
Yeah, that's true. That is something that I will do.
Oh god.
And then I'll forget about it again.
Yeah, that's true. You'll have to re-listen to the podcast.
Again and again. I'll do it about 3 times.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Is that everything?
That was quite heavy. Tyler's gone awfully quiet there.
Oh, I'm still here. Gotta let you guys talk. I go on rants and then I need to shut the fuck up. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I remember I saw comments early on the stages of us doing this podcast, and people were like, "Why doesn't Tyler talk more?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
You talk more?
Yeah,
that's so.
I feel like Tyler needs to talk more. I'm like, I'm used to the opposite of that question, or of that segment.
I only see people telling you to shut up.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of that. To be fair, once that meme hit.
There's loads of that.
Yeah, it became that.
I'll be honest though, when you do shut up, it's very satisfying.
Ah, it's glorious.
It is.
It is satisfying. There's been a very satisfying past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Been very pleased. You know what I mean?
All the time, especially when you guys said I need to shut the fuck up. That was. Really
it's a direct command.
Yeah. And we've got an hour in, and Tyler hasn't even quoted an old meme yet.
Yeah. That stopped ages ago. When was the last one we did that?
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, fuck,
I was really enjoying that meme. I was really enjoying that.
I don't know enough
gag.
memes, is what I realised very quickly.
You don't know enough memes.
I just don't know enough.
Honestly, man, same. I ain't got a clue. I just enjoyed hearing random things, like a blast from the past. Except I wish it stayed there. Is sort of what I hear.
Yeah.
But there you
How
go.
long do you guys think it'll take for the 4 Pillars Clips channel to overtake the 4 Pillars network?
Not very long. It's
It's
gonna happen soon.
Oh dear God, it will happen. It will, because there's no way in which it doesn't.
Yeah, it's true. It's got the
it
views to
does
overtake it.
It just is well. I posted a clip of me being abhorrently bad at a flag chasing mission.
Oh my god, everyone's so angry about that.
Everyone's so angry about it. Is it
me or is this guy just terrible?
It's just it ain't that deep. I know exactly what to do in that flag chasing
funny.
mission. I just throw myself off the building. It's just sometimes you have a bad run of it, but whatever. And then the most pathetic boss fight of all time is almost at 100,000 views.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm carrying the network here.
I know. What the fuck
And I don't
is
even
going
do
on?
anything. I posted 2 of those.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Oh, God.
I really love the Clips channel. I'm a big
It
fan
is
of
good.
it. I
I need
like
to
it.
upload way more clips to that channel. I've been
It's
slacking
mad.
so much.
Tyler's clip is the 3rd most viewed with 53,000 views.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right.
Then you got underneath that me and George, Kotaku's Assassin's Creed ranking brokers with 31,000 views.
Yep.
It's great. These are all such great
There's a recurring
videos.
theme here that I'd like to change.
What's that?
The fact
That
there's
all
a
our
lot of
most
Assassin's
viewed
Creed
videos
content.
on the Clips channel are Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
like them
that's
to
true.
not be. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
that's
sort
true.
that out.
Yeah, we've
That's
gotta
true.
change
We'll
that.
we'll find a way. But I did, there've been good clips. Like I feel like that clip of mine that's got a lot of views. I'm like, that was fine. It was just a weird little rant. I really like my fucking Leonardo da Vinci one was way funnier. I thought like there's way funnier clips that I put up. I should have
Yeah.
put up. Remember James when I was just like having the most like bizarre run up like one of the Forley towers in my like Assassin's Creed 2
yeah,
stream?
yeah, yeah,
and it was
yeah.
mental. I made the game somehow look like
my
Odyssey. Like
God, it was
I
so
should've-
bad.
I should have clipped that. I really should clip that and put it up.
Yeah, for
Oh.
sure.
I'm sure it's still about somewhere.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so bad. You were like running up the fucking thing and like not able to climb on it and diving off the wall. Like it was,
It was.
so
I've
bad.
never had such a bad time. Ever
You look
in my
like
life.
you've just playing AC2 for the first time in your life.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
one of those people that you always see the people that like get to play the demo first and they put it out there like back in the day and it's like why are these the people that are playing the demo for the first time before anyone else and they don't even know how to like run up a wall. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it's
man.
like. It was a
That's me.
disaster.
bad.
I've always struggled with controls in games. It's like you know what I mean. That's me.
My hands just used to be too small to hold the controller when I was a kid, so I had to play in really odd ways. But obviously
I've
I fucking
I've
learned
always
'cause I'm a
had quite
gamer.
lean hands and that, but you know, it's
No, I got small manlet hands.
man nut hands. That's me.
Small manlet hands.
But no.
What?
I guess I just don't have the patience for a lot of games. So I'm shit at them all.
Makes sense.
Why is this my? How have I allowed this to become part of what I do for money, even though I'm shit at it? Oh God, it's brilliant.
I guess that there was
isn't it
sort of
amazing?
a big thing the other week about if you're not good at games you shouldn't make content on them,
Oh
which I
yeah,
think is a little bit
the
ridiculous.
tweet about
Oh no, I'm fine. To be fair, I am fine at a game that if I enjoy it, I'll be fine at it. Like if you see me play through the Mass Effect games, I'm not exactly inept. If you see me play through Assassin's Creed, I'm not inept. But you won't see me do that anymore, will you? Because
No,
we're
no
not going to
more.
bother. Past, present, I don't fucking care. It's out of my until positive change. I'm just going to get rid of the lot. I just can't be bothered with it.
Yeah.
Like any form of promoting of that, or
Yeah.
even for fun. I just can't. It's no enjoyment in that. Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
and
I'm
it's
kind of glad because now I don't have to do my Valhalla critique. I really just don't want to do it.
Yeah,
so-
that's
man.
good.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
true.
say you
Happy.
dodged a bullet there, man.
It's true.
And now you can
Yeah.
focus on better things. I, for the first time in like a month or so, fired up The Witcher 3 today because I need to finish recording through
You love to see it.
Blood and Wine.
Oh,
for
that video is not coming out when I planned, but there you go.
Knowing me, I'll probably get it done in time, but unfortunately, I've just been hit by this wave of just fatigue. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, you
ugh.
did say on Twitter.
I'm just like, fuck, you know. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, ever since I did that massive Mass Effect video like a year ago, I have gone. Nothing makes me sadder than sitting here and writing a script. Nothing
God,
makes me
yeah.
physically sadder than sitting here and writing a script.
Writing a script is tough.
And so now I've only ever written bullet points since. I've had the occasional script if I can bang one out because sometimes you have to, and they're okay. But for the most part, script writing and me, we don't love each other anymore.
Yeah, to be honest,
And-
I've stopped script writing as well.
And
It's-
unfortunately, sometimes you have to. But I think I work better with bullet points and sometimes elaborated notes, and that tends to work me better than a script. It's what I'm going to try with the Blood and Wine video, and you can tell me if it's awful after the fact. It's funny is I reckon people have a different view of it based on me just giving that piece of information away here. Regardless.
Well, what do you think? What do you think's going to help you there? Because you said you've been struggling with the fatigue for a few months. Like, what do you think?
Fuck knows,
What
man.
do you feel is
I
the
need-
cause? Because I mean, obviously, if you're talking about scripts and stuff, you don't ever have to write a script again. Get that out of your mind. Don't feel
No,
the
I don't
pressure
tend
that
to.
needs to be done.
That's not the only thing that's bothering me at the moment. It's also the fact that no matter what I do, I don't feel like what I'm doing is at the place where I want it to be. Like, it doesn't matter how good it is or whatever. When I hit post, I'm never hit by like an elation of, oh wow, you know, that this is banging. I know I did the best I can, but I'm still just anxious as fuck about this video going up, and I couldn't explain to you why.
But like, is it anxious about the quality and like the reception people are going to give? Are you anxious about?
It's just
that it's not what you're interested in and it's draining you. Is it?
It's not that it's not what I'm interested in. It's draining. It's that when I've done a video, it's like, great, okay. Well, depends on what it's on. It's like, I know I put effort into this and I know it's a banging video, but sometimes I don't know if it's worth the effort when I see reception. And I have taken to blanking it out and just throwing the video up that I want to do, but after a while, it's like, you know, you get squeezed. This needs to really become somewhat sustainable soon. And what I think I need is a fucking hefty project of some sort, and that's something I need to work on. Something that I can work on over a period of time that I know is going to be, you know, just brilliant in itself, and then I can just sit there and go, this is brilliant. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or a year away, but it'll get them eventually because I know it's brilliant.
Is it the pressure of like making money and making sure every video put out is going to get?
It's not about every single one. It's about just making sure that there's at least something that's consistently getting something going, because at times it feels like nothing ever is, and when they add up, it adds up. But sometimes I feel like the progress isn't where I want it to be, and I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but honestly, I fuck.
It's a tough one because
I mean, I know you've
we've
been
all felt it.
I just sit here and I think sometimes, right, I look at my subscriber count and go, that's 273,000 subscribers. How many of them are actually there for me, you know? And sometimes...
that's something that I struggle with.
And sometimes I sit there and I go, probably less than 1,000, you know? It's probably less than...
Oh, I fucking doubt that sufficiently.
No way.
Fucking, I highly doubt that.
Way more than that.
But I get how you feel, because I felt exactly the
It's
same.
an exaggeration. I know there are more. It's just... I look at that number and go, yeah, it doesn't. I know I've earned where I am, and I'm happy with that. But sometimes I go, I don't know if I've engaged this community right. I don't know if I've really had the right priorities here. But I know that I have a model that works. It takes time. And I know I have a model that I enjoy, and it takes time to get going.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think I want to have. I just sometimes want that to be a more irregular sort of thing. So I like that I can do these Red Dead content and it gets loads of views. I like that I'm going to start with this Mass Effect content, and I'm sure that before long it'll have a community that's happy about that.
Yeah.
And also enjoys my humor there. And I'm sure. But sometimes I like the one-off videos that are just banging, and I've had no real excuse to do that.
Well, like the in-it videos.
No, those. I love those.
I like
I
those
don't have
a
anything
lot.
to do those. I don't have anything to do those on either. I haven't done one of those in months.
Yeah, that's true.
I wait for those. I've done those. I did a few multiplayer videos with some of the mods and shit, and they were good fun. But I just feel like I'm dry for ideas, and
You've reached a fatigue.
Do you have a long-term vision for the channel and where you want to be? Like, when you think, you know, you're young. You're young. You've just started your adult life. You don't have to have things figured out now, but in your own head, do you have anything you're thinking about, like of where you want to be? Is YouTube what you want for the rest of your life, or do you want to, study? Do you want to get a job? Do you want, is this what you really want to do?
I guess there's some of that as well, but I don't.
Is that stressing you out though? Do you feel like there's like that stress of like, am I wasting my time doing this? Am I going to get somewhere in 10 years and have nothing to show for it because I've been making videos online?
I don't know about that. I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I'm thinking about it now, and
I mean, I guess thinking that far into the future can sometimes be a little bit daunting. I tend to only
Well,
stick to the immediate future.
But that's exactly right, George. Like, I think you should. But that's what I'm like. You don't need to worry about that too much. Like,
no,
you
I guess
because hard work pays off in all facets.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just and the world's changing, and what we're doing here means something now in the real world too. So I just want you to know that your hard work will always show through those numbers to everyone, and you will be able to, you know, translate that into other forms and things like that. Like, for example, I've been doing this for 10 years almost, you know, and I started just because I wanted to get better at editing videos. Like, that's the only reason I started doing it. I wanted to know how to use editing software because I know I was going to study at uni and do media and communication and film and all that sort of stuff. And in the end, it's just the stage of the world now where companies actually need content creators to work on their marketing team, to make videos and work in social media and to do their podcasts and do all the editing. And in fact, I've got a job now doing that. I've just got a job. That's
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And,
that's what
you know,
like.
it's a big company. It's good money. And it's a real career.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, working, you know, within a marketing team to do what we're doing here. You know, so what I'm doing, it's not going to sound maybe exciting to some people, but it's like a massive finance company.
Yeah.
And I get to use that, and I get to learn a lot about fucking economics, about finance. I don't know fuck all about that, but I know how to make content. And I look at their online profile, and they're out there trying to do some great things, and I'm like, but I know you can do better.
Yeah.
And this is how. You know, I mean, I walked in an interview and I just absolutely fucking smashed it with telling them what I thought they could do, and I think they saw that, and that's why this opportunity has come to me. And I just want you to know that, like, the hard work's going to pay off. Like, this to me is 10 years of hard work, and it's a lifetime of wanting to do this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Paying off for me with now the biggest opportunity of my life. You can leave this whenever you want, and there will be something to show for it in the real world, is what I want you to know.
Yeah, that's
so.
I
just want you
guess.
to
I guess there's that. I guess there's that, and I'm also, I'm also. There's also an issue that I think stems a bit off of off of making content and stuff, and it's definitely something a lot of people are feeling. I'm just socially deprived as well. I feel like this has become my life. I feel like sitting here. I don't look at numbers anymore. I can't do that. I just don't. I just don't care that much about that. As long as it's decent, it's fine. And it is decent. That's not my problem. I sit here and I go, right. This is really all I have at the moment, because there is nothing else that. And everything. As soon things have started to open back up, I'm just I just can't get out of that. Sure, every now and then I'll meet up with Connor, and I'll go for a drink, or I'll go to the gym and I'll meet Cam. But beyond that, it's starting to feel like the routine of being locked in just doesn't go away. And I'm slowly just coming to terms with myself, in the sense that I'm going to find a way out of that. And look, put it this way. As soon as I feel like, as soon as I feel like I've got it, sorted out, not necessarily the problem itself, but as soon as I feel like I've got, a plan in my head, I'm gonna disappear for like a week or two.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna hear from me. You're not gonna see me. I'll leave my phone at home. I don't care. I'll probably a hyperbole, but I'll disappear. I'll go off somewhere and I'll just chill on my ones somewhere else. Because I need a change of scenery, I think, is above all else. So.
I completely understand where you're coming from, in the sense of I quit my full-time job last year to go part-time so I could focus on YouTube and doing stuff. And what I realized is this isn't for me. And it's not that this, and I want to say this with the new job I've got, like, things are probably going to change a bit here and there, but like, I'm not going away. I'll keep doing these podcasts and do all that stuff. Like, I'll the Dynamite Show, that exists because I could give a fuck anymore about, like, getting subscribers. I don't care if I gain one subscriber. Like, I've got an audience now. I just want to make what I want to make. Like, I just want to do this for fun, because the reality is, what do you do to do this? I sit in this studio 95% of the time alone, and it's just me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, there's people watching on a stream and stuff, but it's just fucking me here.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yes.
what gives me energy is people. People give me energy. People in person to bounce off of, to work with. And that's why I've been looking for months for this opportunity that I've now got, which is to work within a team and do this. I can't do this alone. I can't do this by myself. I don't care what the topic's about. I don't care if it's about video games, whatever. Like, I need to work with people. That's what I need. And so I understand that feeling of like, this can very easily become your life. And some people it works for, some people it doesn't. To me, it doesn't work for me. This is not how I operate.
Sometimes it does.
This is my hobby, though, and
I'm
love
happy
it,
to
so it's
work.
fine.
I am happy to work alone. In fact, I don't like relying on people at all. That pisses me off more than anything. I don't like I don't like doing sponsorships anymore because I don't like having to collaborate with people.
Yeah.
You guys are easy. You guys get it. But I don't mind working alone, but I like the idea. I just need a work-life balance that being in 3 lockdowns in the space of a year has not afforded me.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at.
It's difficult to get back as well, right? Like, although things are opening up again, it's difficult to get out of.
It's difficult to find people who want to be around you, you know.
Yeah.
It's like because everyone's in the same sort of bubble. Everyone's still in that. Oh wait, I can go out now. Are you sure? Wait, what? You know, still coming out of that almost. And social lives are hitting people like some people like fucking buses. So they'll have schedules just packed with people, and sometimes people get lost in that. And yeah.
I mean, I feel a little bit the same in the sense that over the last year, I've become so comfortable being on my own and spending a lot of time on my own.
I've never been comfortable with it. It's one of those things, right, where I like being able to be at home to recharge, and that's me most of the time. But I do like having people around because people, well, it's a bit boring without them, to be honest.
Well, I do wonder, Ethan, because we've talked about this privately, but I feel like we're having this conversation now that it's probably okay. But you're working in the same room you sleep in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like finding your own space and moving out of home and getting your own place. Like I think is going to be a big
priority
step for
number
you,
one for me.
And it's going to be a big help for your mental health.
It is also my main priority. Is to have. I need to get a house to myself. Really, I might have a mate on a tenancy agreement or something like that if I have to. But I think what I need is a private space where it's just me. Like everyone said to me, you won't like being on your own. You won't like living on your own. It's like
fuck that. I lived on my own for 2 years. It was fucking awesome.
I think great. I somehow think I will. You know, I somehow think I will like it because I don't really. When it comes to people, like I said, I need space from them because while I'm not socially incompetent, I never have been. I've always struggled to be. I've always perceived myself to struggle anyway, with a lot of social, like too much of it, and then I just want to go home. So like if things when in a social situation, give it a few hours, I'll go from being I'm really happy here to I'm going home. You know,
it's like your social battery drains completely.
My social battery drains really quickly.
I'm the exact same.
It drains really quick. It's almost like my bladder in the sense that it's really tiny.
I relate to you a lot there.
But no, I've always struggled with that, and some people understand it, others don't. I don't really care what people think. I'll just do me.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to this space, I'm more than happy to just I'm more than happily be on my own because then if my sleep schedule does this thing where it's fucked, I can get up and I can work in the middle of the night if I have to because I'm happy to do that as well. It's just the only thing that stops me from doing that, and it really pisses me off when my sleep schedule's fucked, and then I can't really control it because what'll happen is I'll try to fix it, and then I go to sleep, and then I'll wake up like 12 hours later, and it's a bit off, and then it just works. It goes off and off and off.
Yeah.
As there's not enough hours in the day. But if I work, say, in the small hours in the morning, because there are 4 people living in this house and all of us are adults, it pisses people off. And I think I've streamed where I've pissed people off to the point where they're actually shouting at me before, and it's like, come on, man, you know what I'm doing. You know I have to do this. But I also understand the frustration. I just don't I just don't understand necessarily
How to fix
the
it.
How to fix the problem. No, that's right. So the best solution for me is to be in my own space where, you know, ideally nobody's going to have that issue, and that's fine. That's why it's a priority mainly, is because my issue is not just an issue for me, it's everyone in this house, so I piss everyone off with it. And that can be a little bit complicated. My mum's very understanding. She's like, I didn't hear you, you know. So I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah. But Dennis, he gives you a right earful.
Dennis don't care. Dennis don't care. He likes the noise.
No, bless him.
I try to keep it quiet at night. He doesn't. He'll hear me because he's a dog. But no, Dennis kicks off in the middle of the night, and then suddenly it's like,
Oh
fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But no, what I need with this space really is one where where I think the solitude will bring the benefit of I can then work that around my schedule and then fix it gradually. Because it's not going to be an overnight fix. Even when I'm in this place, I'm like, oof, this is banging, you know.
Yeah.
But I have so many plans for what I'm going to do with this sort of space when it happens. Like I know it'll probably, most of them will change when I look at it and go, this is what I have to work with. But I know that there are so many things that I'll be able to do in that space that I can't do now. And I feel like I'll really be able to set my identity as a creator in my own space. It's like with James, you know, when you moved out into your own home, you've really, since then you have formed so much more identity as a creator because you have this space that is yours to do with as you will.
Yeah.
And it shows in the quality of your content. And it shows in you know, and it just shows it's just you know what I mean? And you can expand that to what's around you. Whereas, you know, at the moment I'm just a bit like, fuck, well, I've got what I have here and that's all I can work with. I can't work with anything else.
Yeah.
Especially if other people around, because those people don't want to be on the streams or whatever. Because if there's one thing that I understand the most about people around me, is they don't necessarily, while they're supportive of it, they don't necessarily want too much to do with it, and I get that. You know, it's like my brother. Has any of you seen my brother's face before? I'm sure you have on Facebook and stuff.
I don't think so. No, I don't use Facebook, so I couldn't say I ever actually have in my entire life. No.
No, there you go. There you go, Zally. Never seen good old Zach's face.
Yeah.
I mean, you've probably seen my mum's face before, but that's because but sparingly.
Possibly. Yeah.
She's very active on social media, actually. But no, I like to keep those worlds separate because I don't see a world in which overlapping them works. And often it doesn't. So
I'm gonna have to head off. This premiere is starting. I want to be there for it, but I don't want to derail the podcast.
That's okay. I'm sort of coming to the end of this point anyway, which is.
I just want to like quickly jump off because this is going to premiere.
Yeah,
I want to be there for chat and everything.
No worries, man. I'll just put
I'll
just put a funny face of you on it. It'll be sweet.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
All right, fantastic. All right. I'll catch you guys later.
Enjoy.
Right,
see you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
I really hate that James cunt.
Yeah, I'm glad he's gone.
Sorry, I had to.
I'm glad he's gone.
But no, I'm.
You guys don't have to do fucking 3 other podcasts with him. I do. Fucking hell.
Oh god.
No, but honestly, I think everything.
It's back to the Trinity boys, the 3 Musketeers again.
It's us again. I think when it comes to me at the moment, the solution is not short term, and I can't sit here and take a break. And I mean, I can, but I can't then hinge around that and do that whenever I feel like this, because I know it's going to happen a few times. I know it's not going to be a one-time thing. It's going to be, this is a solution I need to work towards, and in order to do that, I have to actually work.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. And
I get it.
I'm perfectly capable of that, and I like to think I hold my weight.
Dude, you work so fucking hard, man. Honestly, like, I'm envious of how hard you're able to work. Sometimes I can't fucking bring myself to like write stuff
listen, mate. Sometimes neither can I.
You're a machine, though. You just manage it somehow. I don't know how you do it, and that's something that's admirable as fuck. I think.
I don't know. I'm more than happy to do the work to get there, and I know that when I get there, the results will be good. But sometimes I do have moments of doubt where I'm like, okay, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't have that attitude every single day, so I'd rather have it none of the days, and that's me. So I might be frustrated. I might be, you know, whatever. But I will bounce back. I'll find a distraction. I'll bounce back and I'll break it down and I'll make sure the work is done.
Yeah.
And if I have to take a few days off, I'll schedule content ahead. I've done it several times. When I went down to the Southwest last year because I didn't need the break necessarily, but I needed to take the time to go and visit family because my grandmother, she's unfortunately mental at the moment.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that before, actually.
And yeah, she has.
But also, you're allowed to
bit of a
not
madness
schedule
going on
content and take a break.
I suppose I am allowed to do that. Yes, you're not wrong, but I am much happier knowing that that's done. That I don't feel obligated to do it. I just feel like I've shifted my weight and I'm working towards that goal, even when I'm not. I feel like that passively, even when I'm there, that goal is being achieved slowly but surely, and that's not necessarily me going right. Okay, that's not necessarily a thing where I feel like it's just how it has to be. It's just with me, I feel like this is the most productive thing I can do because I don't even when I was down in the Southwest, I was quite happy to just spend time chilling there because I know that there is no world in which I need to do anything for these few days while I'm here, and I can just spend it with my nan and have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, is there? Do you take those days? Like, do you have weekends that you give yourself? Or are you working 7 days a week?
I work 7 days a week.
Yeah. See this thing. Why don't you work that extra bit 5 days a week and have content scheduled
because
for the extra
sometimes
2 and then take the weekend?
Because sometimes when I'm on a roll, days off are so boring. It's about having things to do. Now that things are opening back up, I can work on it.
Yeah, when things are open, but also you have your own place.
Listen, I will allocate. I'll allocate days where I won't do things, and sometimes every week there is a day where I don't do much.
But it's just not healthy, man. Like you can't be working on the same. That's like you're saying. It's your whole life. Yeah. You need to give yourself days off where you're like, I don't work these days, and it's fine if you have content scheduled because you've worked for it, but. Mate, you need to switch off. You have to be able to switch off.
And I guess that'll lead to eventually you hating your job, which is just not what you want at all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not a matter of, oh well, like if I get used to taking days off, I'll take them off all the time. Well, you should. Work whether it's Monday to Friday or Wednesday to Sunday. But give yourself 2 days off in a row a week. And you have content scheduled for the days, cool, but those are your days where you don't even turn on the fucking computer, man. You don't need to turn on a game console. You just go to the gym. You fucking read a book. I don't know. Do something for yourself, mate. And just chill out, meditate, go for a walk, go for a drive, go somewhere. You can go out now. Take that time, man. It's just because I know that you've been struggling with this for a while. We've talked about it privately, and I want you to be good. I want you to be good.
Yeah, of course.
That's all.
I'll have to figure that one out.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm telling you, mate. Time off is a beautiful thing. There's a reason we all have weekends. You know what I mean? You need weekends.
I guess in this world, there's such a emphasis on using all your time productively that when you do find yourself with that downtime, some people can just feel bad about it.
But mate, it depends what you do. Because I'm the same way. But what's my downtime? I go for a run, man. But it's that's for me. It's a different beast, man. There's one thing to having work goals and then personal development goals.
Yeah.
If you're someone that can't switch off, either I'll force myself to be distracted by hanging out with friends, or if I'm I'm not working, I'm not making content, and I've got nothing to do. What do? I'll go for a run. You know what I mean? Or I find it hard to sit down and play games or sit down and watch Netflix. So I struggle with that. But I'll find something some other goals that's just for me. I do a lot of writing. I'll just sit down and write shit down, go for a walk, just listen to music, just get out of the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can be as simple as shit like that. I love just going for a walk for an hour and a half, putting headphones in, listening to music, and just having a great time.
Yeah, I like going for a good run or a walk, or I like going to the gym. I don't lack for taking downtime, and I don't feel bad to go right. Okay, I'm just gonna chill out for a bit now. I do that. I don't necessarily just dedicate days to it. Is all. So maybe I should rework it a bit more. So that I'm dedicating those days to it, because I reckon it can condense the other days and get more done, and I'll feel happily more productive that way. So maybe I will give that a go. It's going to take a bit of work into it, because it's a psychological battle for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that I'm I feel guilty for not being productive. It's that sometimes if I'm at home and I have nothing else to do, I sit here and I go, what else is there to do? You know, I don't like watching television for ages. It's like, it bores me. It's full of rubbish anyway. Netflix, every now and then there's something brilliant. I will just sit there and enjoy that. If there's nothing else going on, I'll just sit there and binge if I have to, and I quite enjoy that. It's good fun.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen very often when there's something worth binging.
Yeah.
So there's doesn't tend to be very much worth watching. There's a good film lasts 2 hours. That's good fun. And then I go, right, well, I really enjoy, you know, a bit of gaming, and I love streaming it, and streaming it's good fun. So I've never really seen streaming as work.
Yeah.
And that to me is a little, that to me is,
but
it's
I
not
guess
downtime,
but
it's
I,
just
but
even.
like, yeah, but I guess like what streaming is as well. No, it's not work, but you're not actually getting your mind away from it all.
No, of course.
And I think it's
mine's
even
still
if
on
it, mate, even if it's 1 day a week, just 1 day a week where you're not here. You know what I mean? Your mind's not here. I think it will be a huge difference maker for you. Huge difference maker for you. No streaming, no video work, no nothing. You know what I mean? And make your plans for those days. You know? And it'll take time to probably figure that out and like figure out what to do and what to do when you're bored. But I mean, fuck, I think it's probably good for us all to, like you were saying, George, like we're under this mentality of like always going to be productive. Fuck. I think we all need to be better at being able to fucking switch off and cool off. Like, it's really fucking, important, I think. And I'm getting better at it, but I need to work on it too.
I think I'm the opposite. I need to be better at working and actually, you know, going, fuck, I need to fucking dedicate myself to this instead of just fucking around or just fucking like doing something useless like playing a game for a few hours where I could be, you know, working instead. I think I'm like the complete opposite of you guys.
I don't know.
It's hard. We've all got our little struggles, all got our little battles, but I'm sure we'll overcome them, you know, as we grow as people, you know. I have no doubt.
Well, I don't like, you know, having to. I don't know. It's just something about having to talk about it that I don't really enjoy. But
Well, here's the thing.
It felt like it was
I
important.
was about to say, I think it's important that we are talking about it.
Yeah.
Because when George is sitting there talking about I'm sure we'll overcome it. I think a big help in overcoming things like this is talk about it, talk it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate this, like, not being able to talk about our fucking feelings. If we're not feeling good, mate, like, let's fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
And people are going to listen to this, and it's going to help them too.
Yeah.
Because they don't know. They might be going through the same struggles. They don't know how to deal with it. Like,
that's why I felt like it was important to talk about regardless of how I felt.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
And I kind of, I
Yeah, I get it. It's fucking shit. It's fucking shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking shit, mate.
I guess I'm just a workaholic, and
Yeah.
I need to come to terms with that, and that's my solution. And it's just as bad as any other addiction you can have.
Yeah, you'll get there, man.
You earn money, great, but you also die when you're about 30.
Yeah.
So don't do it. Don't be me. I will stop being me in due course, and we'll be happy together.
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's me. No, I mean, if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry at this point because this has been a mad one. I don't cry. I'm a fucking stone. It'll be the first time in about 6 years. It would be the first time in about 6 years that I shed a tear if I did.
Fuck.
And I nearly did. You nearly got me, but you're gonna have to try harder.
I felt it coming, mate. And you know what? I just cried out, mate. Maybe not on the podcast, just for your own sake, but like that shit I did. I did that on fucking Clubhouse a couple weeks ago. That was a disaster.
That's okay.
That's
okay. Yeah.
But you know, it's
no, the moment's gone. I'm not going to be crying this episode, guys.
No. But mate, like, if you need to, mate, like, talking out's the right thing to do, I think.
Yes, it was.
I really do think
it feels
so.
like. I just feel more invigorated knowing that I've been able to.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
And when people hear this, the whole fucking community is going to be behind you, man. Like, people fucking love you.
Yeah, I knew that.
Whether you know it or not.
I knew that.
And it'll show you that it's not fucking less than 1,000 people that care about you.
Yeah,
you know what I
that
mean?
was an exaggeration. I said it then and there.
I can't believe, like, how many people just, I announced I got a job, and how many people fucking care about that? You know what I mean? And like mean something to them, and like I look at people who responded to that, and I'm like, man, I've got some like cool fucking friends that I've met through doing this. Like fucking to announce that, and obviously have you boys like congratulate me. I'm like, I love that. What great friends I have, and so many community members. But then like people like Brett. Or Maddie, who's a new friend, or fucking Colin Moriarty, who I've looked up to for a fucking decade, like would respond to me because we're mates. That's fucking wild. That like this work's got me here, but people like I'm like, oh wait, people give a shit, like
For
you
sure.
don't know, you forget, but I have to remind myself sometimes, like talking about anything, like anything in our personal lives is. We're not the only ones that go through things like this, and it's going to help these people. But I think it also helps ourselves because, Ethan, I fucking care about you a lot. You're one of my best mates, and I want... And, if you're struggling, I think just even you being able to talk it out, whether we contribute anything to you that's helpful, I don't know, but you being able to just say it out loud can be a huge help for yourself.
Yeah, and it has been.
I'm fucking glad, man.
I had to let people know yesterday, and I just said it on Twitter, and then I went for a long nap. It was about midday, and I slept for 10 hours. I woke up and I didn't feel bad about it. I just went. I don't feel well rested afterwards. It felt like I needed that. I needed that, and then I sort of woke up, and it's like, oh, here we go again, Ubisoft.
So
true, I was like, true. Well, now I'm just perplexed. Now I have to say something, and that's almost kicked me back into gear a bit and gone, right, okay, I can get this done. And now I can just sort of take a moment, do this podcast, which I just love doing. This is just fun for me. And I just guess it's all right, really. It's just a lapse in the moment, and also a very important conversation to be had about it.
100%.
Yeah, well, I think after I saw your tweet yesterday, I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because we've had a few conversations, like not on podcasts and stuff about it and how you've been feeling. But I thought, now that you've said something and people are curious, I thought it would be a good conversation to have. And I'm glad. Yeah, no, you felt good about doing it and open up. I fucking appreciate that a lot, man. Like it's a fucking takes a lot of courage and guts to do it. I have a lot of respect for you.
Yeah, definitely.
We appreciate that. Anyway, next up on Tyler's therapy circle, we have got James's fucking
there
gone.
You go, mate. I fucking done it. Hey.
Oh god.
Right, we'll pass
George,
the chicken there.
Oh, I'm fat and I can't stop eating fucking. I don't even fucking know.
He's drinking energy drinks and eating Freddos.
What do you crave? What's your craving?
Cornish pasty.
Bitches. Can you help me get women? Tyler, please.
Mate,
I'm fucking alone, dude. Help me, Tyler.
Oh, George. To be fair, you are fucking thirsty on Twitter with all this fucking
Look,
thoughts.
it's a joke, bro. What
I
do you
know
mean
it's
all
a
the
joke.
thoughts? What do you mean?
But there is a part of me that's like, I know you're joking, but also it's so much of it that I'm worried that it's not a joke.
Incel George.
What's happening on Twitter?
God.
Sorry, am I missing something?
Well, like girls would be like, those classic tweets of like, do you want to go for a hike with me?
Oh
And
yeah,
like,
Pokemon.
Yeah.
To be fair, I remember this one tweet. I remember one tweet that I posted like last year, and it was like, just woke up and I had a dream that Addison Rae was my gamer girl GF. Woke up in a puddle of my own drool, and it was like a picture of like this really sad dude staring off into the distance, and it's like, that was a joke, but people might think I'm just some really sad loner that like dreams about TikTok fucking like influencers.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's peak 4 pillars. That.
Yeah, mate.
We
Well,
go from a deep conversation to that.
Exactly, but I've, George, I know you're joking, but also, just in case, I got to check in. I got to make sure you're all right.
Sure. Papa Tyler.
Just for the off chance that it's just a little cry for help, actually.
Yeah, that's true. It might be. You never know.
Yeah, that's why you've got to ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
Father Tyler's here.
Papa
Uncle
Tyler.
Tyler's here.
Father Tyler.
Father Tyler's here.
Getting
That's
ahead
what
of
I'm here
yourself.
for.
That's
I've got
this
my
new segment.
completely not figured out, but I'm.
Tyler's like an agony aunt, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just realised you are literally an agony aunt.
What is that?
That's a very
Google
British
it.
term, isn't it?
Google it.
Isn't it someone just listens to grievances?
It's somebody who listens to people's problems and then gives advice and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
utile,
I mean, that's me also with my own friends and
Yeah.
people I work with, and that's
Often I've
That's
been
what
that person
Clubhouse
in the
is.
past as well, man. Like, often
Yeah.
I have been that person who's... I don't have it all figured out. I won't pretend to have it all figured out, but I will help to offer help where I can
yeah.
and
Yeah.
give the best solutions where possible. That's just what I try to do.
Yeah.
It's just that I just wish I could apply that more to my own life, but we'll get there. It's
That's
fine.
the thing. It's always hard to take your own advice. It's fucking so difficult to do that.
Yep,
You can
taking
preach
your
to
own
other
medicine.
people. It's very easy to preach to other people, but to take that on board yourself and
Yeah.
apply it to yourself is so fucking hard.
It's
to
not
do.
necessarily that. It's always something else. Like, it's great. Well, I know what this person needs to hear, and I don't know what I'd need to hear.
Yeah.
So.
That
but
makes
I'm
a
gonna-
lot of sense.
But we all need to hear something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do. That's 100%. Like you can give someone else advice, but like you can work other people's problems out pretty easily in your own head. But then when it comes to your own,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like
there's no attachment. It's rationale.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why honestly, and this is like I'm happy to share this. I do a lot of writing. I have for years.
yeah.
I have a journal I've written in for I think 8 years, and when I have tough times, like I've been this year, a goal of mine was to write a page a week. Make
Yeah.
sure I'm writing.
Yeah.
It's just to make sure I'm in touch with what I'm thinking, and I don't lose sight of like, okay, I listen to other people's problems, or what am I feeling, like what and why am I feeling that way, and you got to address that, and you got to think about that, and I had a time this year, and I'm going to talk about it a bit more probably on Clubhouse, just because they sort of know a bit more of what goes on in my personal life, because I share a bit more of that on Patreon. But there's a reason I was looking for this job that I've now got. There's a reason I'm like working towards all these goals, and it's because I was neglecting things in my life, and I didn't realize that I was. And there was a thing that certain events that happened in my life recently that made me sort of wake up and realize that I'm fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was, but I just had a moment where I'm like, oh, I'm miserable everywhere. Why? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, how do I fix this? And that's when it's like, I'm not happy doing YouTube at all.
Mm-hmm.
How do I fix that? Dynamite Show is created. I'm suddenly taking all the pressure off myself. Find a new job that's going to help. Has already, just having it. Like, it feels like a giant weight off my shoulders I didn't know was there.
Like
But
a new
also some
step,
personal
isn't it?
goals, like working on like training for a marathon. That's just a personal goal I have, like a mental, physical goal, like just something fun and challenging, like
Yeah.
way to challenge myself. Like I'm doing all these different things, and I'm making sure I'm writing a page a week just to make sure I'm like, what am I learning? Like what have I learned in the last couple of
Yeah.
months, and being in touch with my own thoughts and feelings, like. And seeing it written out on a page can be like getting it out and blurring it out, because sometimes you don't want to talk to other people about it, and that's okay if you don't want to talk to, but don't not talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Is an important one. It's fine
Yeah,
if you
that-
want to talk to someone else, but don't not talk to yourself. Don't push it down in yourself. Never lie to yourself. That's the worst fucking thing you
Yeah.
can do. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah, my bladder is crying at me right now to go and relieve myself. So I was wondering, how far are we?
Should we wrap this up? I think
Yeah,
we've
we can
been
go
on
ahead and wrap it
almost
up.
2 hours. Let's fucking wrap it
I
up.
appreciate your agony aunt Tyler talks.
Yes.
Tyler.
Mate, that's what I'm here for. That's what I do. That's what I do.
That's true.
Always happy to do it, and obviously appreciate you boys for being here with
James
me
fucked
on
off
this
the
on this
cunt.
Four Pillars podcast. Yeah, there's like almost 1,000 people watching this premiere.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
so
Well, that's because he's spitting bare facts.
That's
you know.
true.
He is.
He's spitting
So-
him from the fax machine.
So we all better jump on and watch that with him.
Yeah.
All hail
but,
the milk sock. Can we get
appreciate
that in the
everyone
chat?
listening to this episode of the Four Pillars podcast. A bit of a, you never know what's going to fucking come with these podcasts, but
That's
it's always
true.
We've been all
it's
over
always
the
an
show.
interesting one. We've been absolutely all over the show. But obviously, thank everyone for listening. Be sure to like the podcast, subscribe to the Four Pillars Network on YouTube, and rate us on podcast services, and spread the word. And we like really appreciate everyone that listens in and that pays attention and that gives a shit about what we have to say. Whether
Yeah.
we're here to have a laugh, a bunch of mates having a laugh, or here to have these real conversations about real issues within the video games industry, or just our own personal stuff going on, and share that. And it takes a lot of guts to come on a public space and share shit. I'm telling you right now. So like all respect to you, Ethan, for coming on today and sharing what you're going through, and being able to help others that will listen to this and will take something away from
Yeah,
it.
without a
So,
doubt, there'll be people that will appreciate it a lot. There always is people in the comments going, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys talked about that because I was going through something similar," and it's put things into perspective for me. So it's.
I have a
cool.
finger heart thing for those people. One of those. I've never done that before. I don't even know if I could do it right, but it's for you people.
Yes.
Much love to you.
Much love. I'll try and do it now.
Always happy to share my
Much love.
my pain with you.
Yes.
Because if it saves you pain, or if we're miserable together, that's me happy.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad, actually. No.
Oh god, this got really dark, really fast.
Well, it's more solidarity.
I enjoy pain. No.
Yeah.
I suppose if anyone is going through a similar thing, feel free to reach out to me on any way you fancy it, and I'll happily talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
1 to 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't matter who
And
you
my,
are,
my
if we know each
DM my
other,
DMs are open on Twitter. Like I always
There we
like.
go.
It's shocking how many people on Instagram, and Twitter like will reach out and share
On my
something.
Instagram
and,
DMs,
you know,
you can
I'll
message
try to
there if
always
you
get
want.
around to it.
That's a good one.
But,
At Fishy with 2 E's on the end, I think. FIZHYEE. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, Fishy's taken everywhere, so I've just added E's on the end. It's fine, because you know me.
Yeah,
but there you
I
go.
know-
So
well, we know
reach
you.
out to me. We'll be
Yeah. Well,
we'll be good friends. It'll be good fun.
that's it.
There we go.
That's it. Well,
Now
thanks
I'm
again
feeling
for watching,
parasocial
everyone,
relationship.
and appreciate you all for being here. We'll see you all on tomorrow on the Four Pillars Network for Streamcast. Obviously, Dynamite show every Friday on the Four Pillars Network, and next week for another episode of the As Always podcast, and then again, of course, 2 weeks from now for a Four Pillars podcast to return.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye bye.
Take care, everyone.
Say bye, James.
Bye.